Welcome. At the time of this video, there are 9 survivors. Noob, Elliot, 2-time, guest 1337-007N7. Shedletsky, Builderman, Chance, and Duseka. All of these survivors are really good. Except the actual most horrible, 2-time, but that's not who this video is on. In this video, we will be covering Chunk. Wait. We aren't. Oh right, guest 1337. Guest 1337. Man, is he tricky to play as. Especially if the killer knows what they are doing. Guest 1337 costs $500 and is one of 3 Sentinels, being the trickiest of the 3. He has 3 abilities, which we will go into momentarily. Keep in mind that guest 1337 takes time to master. First off, his passive. His passive is named Made to Last. This is a simple passive that grants guest 15 extra HP, giving him a total of 115 health. Secondly, his first ability, Charge. Charge is a move where you can run at a high speed and bash into the killer. However, missing this move gives you slowness 2 for 3 to 15 seconds. Hitting this gives you resistance 4 for 2 seconds, whilst momentarily slowing the killer. This move has a 45-second cooldown. His second ability, Block, is the trickiest. He holds his fists together for about 2.5 seconds, and if the killer is to punch in this time frame, guest earns his third ability, Punch. However, if the killer predicts this or simply misses, guest gets slowness 4 for 2 seconds. This move has a 20-second cooldown. Last but not least is his third ability, Punch. Punch is only obtainable through blocking the killer. If you are to punch right after landing a block, it becomes a parry, which stuns the killer for 3 seconds. Landing a punch later on only stuns the killer for about 1.75 seconds. This is the stunning part in guest and has a cooldown of 12 seconds. Now, it's time for you physically can't play guest without being strategic. In my opinion, he is the most strategic character in the game. First off, I like acting like him out of stamina. And then when the killer goes to use their ability M1, you block and hit them with a nasty parry. This is extremely mean to do, but sometimes you have to teach the killer a lesson. Here is an example. This works almost all of the time, and it's only because of you missing your punch due to skill issue when this doesn't hit. Yes, this includes me, as I miss half of these. Another nasty strategy is whilst on a machine. Always look at the killer if they are near you. If they come near you and you can tell they will attack, block and then punch right after. Here is an example. This strips the killer of what they thought was a free hit kill, whilst also slamming their ego into the floor. This strategy has worked for me every single time that I've used it. Lastly, a common one you can find, but still works quite often, is that if you have an item, act like you're using it near the killer. And then when they get close to attack, punish them back to the 1800s. This strategy works the best when you are either low on health or at a time in the game when there's a short amount of time left, such as 30 to 40 seconds left in the round. This strategy is the least likely to work, as the killer will most likely just bait you into using your block. I'd say it has about a 78.9% chance of actually working. This includes hitting your punch. Here is an example. It's extremely satisfying to hit though, as it Allows you to keep your item along with stunning the killer. One last note for strategies with John Doe. Keeping your punch is smart to do, as it is just barely shorter stun than hitting a regular parry. Though hitting a regular parry on him is extremely satisfying to do. Now, it's time for... Unfortunately, Guest cannot parry all moves like projectiles like he used to. Here is a list of things Guest can block and get a punch from. Let me know if I missed anything. Now, it's time for... I'm sorry, I hate this AI voice too. Please do not go protect somebody. If you are on 1 horsepower, there are very few circumstances where this is somewhat acceptable. I've seen way too many guests die trying to protect a max HP Shedletsky. This is only acceptable in which you know you can bait the killer or that person is low themselves a 1 tap. But please just wait for Elliot or Builder to heal you. When playing Guest, do not just use your charge just because you feel like it. Doing this gives the killer a free hit and you 1 less charge. A lose-lose situation. Charge gives resistance 4 for 2 seconds, so it's able to be used as a second block. If you are low and block is on cooldown, you can use this when the killer uses their M1 to tank it. Another good way to use your charge is to protect other teammates. If a teammate is being chased, you can use charge to momentarily slow the killer and potentially redirect their attention onto you. Another note, missing charge makes you look like an absolute buffoon and makes you a sitting duck. Now, do not face the killer whatsoever when trying to parry. It is extremely predictable and barely ever works. I'd say it has an about 9.76% chance of working. Was that a chance reference? Sorry, I had to do it. Anyways, in summary of this entire thing, the fitness run test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The test is used to measure students' aerobic capacity as part of the fitness run assessment. Students run back and forth as many times as they can, each left signaled by a big sound. Okay, I'll stop loudly crying face person with praying hands. Actually this time, Guest 1337 is probably one of if not the hardest character to use. Oh really? Hope this video helped you. Now, it's time for some. Yeah, I know. You've been waiting. Hey. Don't say finally. I just gave you tips. Anywho, I'm finally going to stop ranting and actually show you gameplay.
Ain't no having my man shoot.
Well, I guess that sums it up. Not my proudest win, but a win regardless. Please consider subscribing. This video took me 4 straight hours to make loudly crying face. Well, then, goodbye everyone. I hope this video helped you.